Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Clovis Unified School District Athletic Hall of Fame inductee Jason Donald from Buchanan High School, escorted by girls cross country CIF section champion, also from Buchanan, Kinsley Buckley. Called me sir. Oh, it makes you feel old when you're called sir.
Okay, full disclosure, the power of editing.
Yeah.
My first major league hit, they said, it shows me like, I'm gonna come out of my shoes, and it sounds really easy. Well, David Price throwing like 100 miles an hour. Yeah. And so, I said, I'm gonna come out of my shoes unless it's over my head, I'm swinging. And the guy decides to go like combio changeup, 88 miles an hour, and I could have swung 8 times before the ball crossed the plate. So, it looks good on the video, but I missed it by 85 feet, I swear.
I love it when the interview just handles itself. Maybe have to ask
sorry.
questions.
I'll let you do your. I'll
throw
let you
that away. Have you talked to Armando Galarraga since that perfect game fiasco when you were out? And all that?
We ended up playing on the same. We were both in AAA with the Reds like 2 years later. Mm-hmm. 4 years later. Yeah. He didn't want to talk about it. I mean, I wasn't going to bring it up. I didn't. A couple guys would like joke in the clubhouse and stuff, but he wasn't. He's a nice guy, but he doesn't have the best sense of humor. Oh. And he didn't find it funny, I don't think.
No,
so
it's not funny.
He got like 2 free cars out of it. So
the umpire Jim Joyce got a lot of flack for that too.
Yep.
That was too bad. But what does this mean? This night, this honor, this achievement to cap your career in the district?
Man, it's It's difficult to put into words because, I grew up in the district. And so, when I was a kid, I promise I only get emotional once during all my speeches. I grew up on a practice field, football practice, baseball practice fields. Like, I didn't have babysitters. Like, it was practice all the time. So, my entire, childhood, it was, by the time I got to Buchanan, it was like extremely personal. It's like, this is something I've done since I'm a little boy. I was thinking, I loved it, So, sorry, excuse me. Coach Vogt and Coach Funk, God bless you guys. You had to put up with me as like an 8-year-old. Thinking I was like 19 going out to practice, and I'd go like full pads out to practice. And I was like 9 trying to get in Okie drills with, and Mox was like, okay, just step to the side. Like, thanks, Mox, for protecting me. But, so this is just, this is a really, I'm thankful, very thankful.
Did you ever get your home run ball back? Your first big league home?
Yes, you know what? I think, we gave the guy, I think the Indians gave the guy like lifetime hot dogs or something, and so that's what got the ball back. It's pretty. Well, those are like $8. Pretty simple living in Cleveland. So yeah, but no, I really am humbled to be here, and this is just, it's a cool thing.
So what are you doing now?
Well, I'm 5 years in. Well, when I got done playing, I literally had no clue what people did for jobs. Like, honestly, I knew like teachers, doctors, lawyers, and I'm like, I'm none of those, and so. I went to work for my agent, Scott Boris, after I got done playing, and then I needed more, and so I literally started calling people, like, hey, what do you do for a job? What do you do for a job? And so my human trafficker, he's here somewhere, Chris Campson, I went to some meetings with him and had no clue. So I sell packaging sales, boxes, bags, like we work with ag, like heavy and ag and packing sheds and stuff, so. Yep. I literally had no clue what I was sitting in watching. I think I had like a mullet, a beard. I was wearing Wranglers.
What?
The shirt was untucked. I thought people were like, who tucks in their shirt to jeans? Now I cannot not tuck my shirt into jeans. It's incredible.
Moonshine too?
I know. And so I got locked in on that, and it's an absolute grind and a hustle, and I love it.
When you go back to the stadium, you're in the video looking at the field, what do you see? What do you flash back to when you look on that field?
A lot of great memories. I think like Dominic Foster here, like Dom and I took a billion swings, in those cages along with, Brett Pareto, my other best friend can't be here. And even Sedoine would come over from Clovis West. We'd make him hop the fence, but, we didn't let him just walk in the gate. But I think a lot of work, I think it's what it takes, really. I mean, there is no replacement for just effort. And I think, growing up in Clovis, it's a blue-collar mentality. It's you eat what you earn. And I think, I certainly put in my work and put in my time. And, I see a lot of great memories and, disappointment as well. I remember my sophomore year, Coach P comes in, congratulations, or Hall of Fame. I'm glad we could be one of your 10, or 3 of your 10, or 5, who knows how many. But, my sophomore year, we were like number 3 in the country, and, they really had no business beating us. And, they played really, if you go pound for pound, some of the guys we had, and they beat us. So just a lot of great memories. And, the time my senior year, when I was getting a lot of draft attention, pressure, and I remember, 25 grown men literally standing in front of me as I was like taking T-work, and not saying a word to you, and you're like 17, 18, like, what do you guys think? Like, you think I'm any good? I don't know. So it's, thankful to be a part of that school, and all the men that I grew up with, like I mentioned, Coach Funk and Coach Vogt, but like Randy Blankenship was a huge influence on me as a kid. We were neighbors, and I wanted to be McKay Christensen. Like I said, I'm going to be him. I wore number 22. I wanted to be the 4-back and run the 48-hour jack just like him. I just really, really thankful for seeing some of the old coaches come back, and it really is. It's humbling, because if they could. If they could go back, through the eyes of my childhood, they could have easily just said, "Okay, we've got stuff to do. Get out of the way," But they let me do it in a safe manner. They didn't just throw me into the wolves, but they let me stick my nose in there, and it just got me ready, got me prepared.
Well, you mentioned Sedoine, Prieto, your mom's in the video, Coach Vogt. Is there anyone else you'd like to thank?
Well, my lovely wife, Jenna, I love you. My kids, Major, Leland, Jacoby, and Easton. There are a few families I'd like to thank, but I'd like to, my wife and my mom. Mom, I love you, 2 of my most important women in my life. Along with you, Leland, sweetheart. I remember towards the end, baseball it's difficult. It's a hard life, and it's a grind. It's mentally grinding, physically grinding. And I remember after Jen and I got married, or we were engaged and about to be married, I was not going good. I was hurt and not playing well. And I said, if we have boys one day, I said, they are not playing this game. I'm not going to subject them to this. And sure enough, Major, my oldest, literally comes out of the womb like leg kicking with a freaking bat waggle. So, so thank you, honey. My in-laws, they mean a lot to me, and I love you guys. And in particular, Jeff Prieto's here. His family, Brett, his 3rd brother, was my other best friend, and the Prietos, I was extremely close to them. I took a billion swings in their cage with Iron Mike. The Sedoine family, Richard and Anna, Jason's parents, literally my successes were their successes. And same thing for Jay. Jay was
your guy.
Yeah. So, he was literally been to every city that I've played in, I think, as a home thing. And, I might have sucked, but he thought I was sweet, and that's all I needed, So, I think, those people, the Raimundo family, and GJ, I knew him as GJ, and now he's professional, he's Greg. But I knew him, he was the shortstop at Buchanan when I was a little boy. And, he's been such a significant influence in my life since my childhood. So, and I'm sorry if there's so many people I want to mention and thank, so please do not snipe me as I'm going into Save Mart one day, but just know if you're here, you mean a lot to me, and I appreciate it.
Well, it was an honor to do one more final interview with you, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jason.
Thanks, George.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Jason
Appreciate it.
Donald.